But no guarantee this thing won't drive us right into the next abyss. Anyway, I guess even with this thing, it should be a while till we arrive. Let's make ourselves comfortable. Sorry for the drama back there at the house. I guess I just didn't know what to make of the situation.
Neither did I.
I figure all of this is just wrong. But I'm repeating myself. If the High Ones were planning to confuse us, they definitely succeeded. We really should tell the Grand Master about this, and about what happened to Constantine. Still, we can't allow this to get inside our heads too much. What matters right now is the mission. And at least it stays exciting. Two daring adventurers who have gotten themselves into something they don't even remotely understand are plundering ancient ruins in search of treasure. Don't laugh, but this reminds me a little of my past, of my childhood.
How so?
Not the part including mysterious corpses and crazed mages, of course. My sister and I, when we were young, we always used to go exploring the caves near our manor. Father always gave us a good scolding when he got wind of it, but of course that didn't keep us from doing it again.
You have a sister? I didn't know that.
Right, because I never told you. Adela and I are not exactly close these days anyway, probably because we lost our bond somehow after our father died.
Your father died? Prematurely, I take it?
Yes, he did. Together with my siblings. Actually, Adela and I are the only surviving Delverics. All the others were murdered.
Ooh. I see. I was beginning to wonder what happened to your family. I'd never heard of any other Delverics except for you.
Well, now you know why. In a sad way, a part of me is actually glad everything happened the way it did back then. It made me into a man. And it showed me what kind of characteristics have a tendency to drastically shorten one's life.
Such as?
Stubbornness. My father was a judge in the tribunal, you know. He was a hard man, who at least, after our mother died while giving birth to Adela, lived for only one thing. His principles. Justice knows no compromise. That was his great creed. No matter who stood before him in court, my father treated them all the same. Damien Delveric, the epitome of justice.
He had his principles. That sounds admirable, at least to me.
It does to most people. One day, the son of a highly regarded Archer Sublime stood before the 12 judges of the court. Valenzio Duran. He had murdered 2 whores, made them happy, as he called it, and it was obvious that he didn't feel so much as a hint of remorse. You know those kind of people, the ones who think that money and power entitle them to anything they want.
Yeah, and they're bad people. I can imagine how this is going to end.
Of course you can. 11 of the 12 judges voted for a verdict of not guilty, because they knew Valenzio's father was influential within the Relata. Only my father, of course, remained unshaken. 1 week later, our manor was robbed by 4 masked men who killed everyone. Servants, guards, my 2 older brothers, all of them. Officially, they were bandits, who just happened to be running around with blades made of shadow steel. My sister and I only survived because we had snuck out for one of our expeditions. Ironic, isn't it?
Ironic, but somehow predictable.
Of course. It was the only logical consequence of my father's actions. And what good did it do in the end? None. As we speak, Valenzio's enjoying himself in some brothel, with 2 whores and a bowl of grapes. But you see, there's no point in being angry about this. And do you know why? Because this is just how the world works. There's no divine justice, no system through which it's decided who lives and who dies. There are decisions and there are consequences. That's it. This is also why there's absolutely no point in fighting for ideals, the greater good, or whatever else you want to call it. First of all, because no one will thank you for it, and second, because people are stupid. That's the one universal rule that there is to this world. No matter how much you try to accomplish something, in the end, stupid people will destroy all you've achieved with no more than a snap of their fingers. Fight for the moment, and the moment only. Because unlike everything else, you can be certain of its truth.
There is truth in that. There are many people that wouldn't give a second thought to ruin what you're trying to work for. Although what you're working for could be taking you a long time and be hard work. People are stupid. Isn't that a little generalized?
Do me a favor and read the Chronicles of Vin, then ask me again.
So what you are saying is basically that you think your father should have done what? Nothing?
No. But if he had wanted Valenzio to die so badly, there would have been other ways. Poison, an accident, a hired killer. Just a hint of common sense. That's all he would have needed. But of course, none of that would have conformed to his sacred principles. Adela and I were still young when all this happened. A friendly family took us in, and my sister joined the Order of the Apothecary in the Frostcliff Mountains. But since then, we haven't been able to speak to one another. She raised a wall of ice around herself, so to speak, and fled into old family books and memories. But, anyway, enough about me. You're an orphan too, aren't you? How come? You never told me about that.
Well, I don't even know the story as the person playing the character, so I guess I'll say this one, they'll probably cut away and we won't even get to find out, but that's a long story. Where should I start?
You told me that the Creator's Temple in Ostian had something to do with it, but what exactly happened?
Yep. Fades to black and we don't hear about it.
Dreams. Yeah. I've had my share of nightmares too. There was this one that plagued me for years. I'd be in some kind of hall, almost like a temple. Only that there were benches and aisles, like in a courtroom. My father sat on the judge's dais. He was a corpse, and all the spectators in the jury looked like him. Anyway, there was this grotesque trial scene where he accused me of refusing to do my duty for them, and it always ended with his skin melting off like hot wax. Pretty messed up, I know. Eventually, the dreams stopped, though. Someone helped me with that. But anyway, enough of this gloomy talk for now. We should get some rest. We've still got a long ride ahead of us. Good night.
I thought we already had slept. How long is this train ride?
Rise and shine, my friend. We have arrived. How'd you sleep?
And after all this time, the train track was still in good condition? Fine. How long have we been traveling for?
I fell asleep too, but it must have been 7 or 8 hours at least. Very interesting machine, this undertrain. Come on, let's take a look outside. Seems someone has prepared a welcome for us.
At least these are weak guys.
What? Haven't had enough yet? As you wish. Way too easy.
There you are. Almost looks like the same place. Sleep for 1 hour and get my health back. There's another train. This must be the way we're going. The Half Moon Isle. Okay, somehow we've gone from over there to over here. Hey Headshot, how you doing? Whoa. Whoa. Panthers. Let me jump up this rock. There we go. Why aren't I getting the health? There we go. That kind of looks like textures and things haven't loaded. Just, there you are, right next to me. What's this little place?
Huh?
You gonna continue? I'm supposed to be following you. Why just stop and turn around? There's no one behind us.
Well, I'll be damned. This is Half Moon Isle. I can't believe it. And I guess that camp over there belongs to Terranor Korek. I suggest we split up. That way we'll still have a chance if they catch one of us. Here, this is your plate. I'll try going in from the east. You should go in from the west. And don't get caught, or try to play the hero, alright? Considering that we're up against an entire army, that's a bad idea, even for someone with your abilities.
Where would be a good place to put my plate?
Anywhere inside the camp. But of course an officer's tent, or maybe even Korek's, would be ideal.
Understood. Let's go.
We'll meet again here by sunrise.
So the plate that they're talking about is going to allow us to listen in to conversations. Okay, so that's the entrance from the east. I'm supposed to be entering from the west. Ouch.
You know, that would mean the deaths of thousands of innocents.
No idolizer is ever innocent. Religions are ideologies, and an ideology is a decision. Subjects who don't rebel against their tyrants are at least as guilty as the tyrants themselves. But let's see what's going to happen. Who knows? Maybe that old fool Aranthiel will listen to reason. For once.
Yeah, let's see.
Yes, this is the place I wanted to get in. But that's a wolf. Well, that's not where I wanted to go. What? I can't actually get in this way. Really? There's an invisible wall there. Oh, that's a bear.
Look at that. The urging child who just won't stop struggling.
They're the high ones. What? You're those creatures from the dream. The high ones. What do you want?
Indeed. What do we want? You amuse us, you know. How you though deep down you know your struggle is futile. But still, you have come a long way. You have ignited the sigil stone, and you have found the beacon. And this, urchin child, this amuses us. Because nothing is more entertaining than a harvest which fights back. It makes things so much more exciting. So here's our offer, Prophet. Ask us whatever is on your mind, and we swear to answer truthfully. Or you can leave. It's up to you.
Oh then, let's start with the question of why I should believe for even a second that you're going to tell me the truth.
That's up to you to decide. Come on, urchin. Ask or leave. In the end, you and your people will burn anyway. But sometimes, even the hope for deliverance alone has its merits.
It doesn't have the question that I would want to ask, which is, why do you want to destroy life on Earth? Why are the Nerames here?
They want to destroy the beacon. Amusing, isn't it? They are doing our work for us.
But why? Do they know about the cycle?
Yes, but they are naive. They believe that the cleansing is a good thing, and that we, the High Ones, have come to raise humanity to a higher stage. Evolution. That is what they call it. Just as the lizard became a dragon, and the bird became a myra, their leader, Taranar Korek, thinks he is one of the emissaries, just like you.